the Matsu Miners against your Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Mulcahy Stadium is a non-smoking facility. Please be respectful of our fans in the seated areas. Designated smoking areas are along the fence on the far west side of the ballpark and along the fence beyond the restrooms on the far east side of the ballpark, away from any seating areas. Please note that cannabis is illegal within the ballpark. Please do not leave any valuables in your car when parked in any of the ballpark parking lots, and be sure to lock your vehicles. Enjoy our Pilot's patio, but remember to drink responsibly. No alcoholic beverages or containers may be...
A pleasant good evening, everybody. Welcome to Mulcahy Stadium, Anchorage, Alaska, where the 7-5 Matsu Miners are about to take on the 3-13 Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Back-to-back days, Ben Cameron along with Kaden Bessent, and last night, Miners able to walk it off on a doozy.
Yeah, they made it really close. They, I guess, prefer to have it that way. You really haven't had any games that are all the way over. Pilots stormed back in the ninth. They tie it at 4, and then a walk-off balk. Drew Perigo tries to pick off over at first towards Declan Spooner, but he doesn't throw the ball. That allows Matthew Blind to come home from third, win the ball game. One of the weird things that you see in baseball, but they'll take the win any way they can get it.
Yeah, so Miners are back in the win column. They're looking for 2 in a row against the Pilots, this time on the road. And for the lineup today, a couple of guys taking a back seat and a couple of guys in a new position they haven't played this summer so far.
Yeah, both California Baptist Lancers, Diesel Toth and Matthew Blind, they've got the night off. They'll be resting. You see Cash Millar getting some more reps over at third. Canyon continues the DH. Then you see Will Millard over in left field. Babcock, where he usually is, in right. But then in center field, you got Tyler Akers. That'll be a different look. And then Luke Hughes, the new guy, he played yesterday. He played in left, and now he's at first today. So different look kind of around the field there for the Miners.
Yeah, and for the Miners on the bump, getting the rock, Colin Oloisio, the Sam Houston product, last time out against the Bucks here in Anchorage, went 5 scoreless innings, striking out 6. He's in top 5 in the ABL in strikeouts, right behind Baker. So he's looking to just keep it on a roll, keep it going this summer.
And he's been like sneaky good. It's kind of, you haven't really noticed how good Aloisio has been because hasn't always been a win when he's been out there, but strikes out guys at a high rate. If he could just do what Baker kind of struggled with a bit yesterday, is limit the free passes and fill up that zone earlier in the game rather than in the 4th and 5th inning, he can go 6 innings comfortably today.
Yeah, and fastball, slider, changeup. He's been throwing a cutter too, added a cutter this summer. This will be the second start that he's throwing it. He's looking to continue making that a really good pitch for him. Not even just here in the summer, but when he goes back to Sam Houston. But, he's looking really good on the mound. But once again, Matsu Miners about to take on the Anchorage Glacier Pilots right here. We'll be right back.
Leading off, the shortstop from Sacramento State.
Welcome
32,
everybody to Mulcahy
Henry
Stadium, Anchorage,
Rahaney.
Alaska, home of the Anchorage Bucks and Glacier Pilots tonight. The Miners taking on the Glacier Pilots for the second straight time. Last night they were able to get a win on a doozy. Let's take a look at that right now.
Blind represents the ball game. And they've got to throw over to first. Perigo doesn't do it. The run's going to come home. You cannot pick off towards first without throwing the ball. Perigo is going to balk, and the Miners have their first walk-off win of the season. Blind touches home, and that's the ball game.
Wow. What a way to end it. Trying to jump throw. I think in the head of Perigo, he says, hey, there's no. So there you see the Miners win it on a walk-off balk by Drew Perigo in the bottom of the ninth, allowing Matthew Blind to come and score, win that game 5-4. I mean, Kaden, just what a doozy.
Yeah, you don't see that much in baseball. It's one of the rare ways to win a game and rare ways to score a run. You see Perigo trying to get Dancy over there on the bump. Just has a mental mistake. It allows the Miners to win it, but what a game that was last night. Entire game was a doozy. Remember, the Pilots stormed back down 4-2 in that top of the ninth, tied it up. Miners, they were working on trying to win a ball game. You know, they had it all in their hands. Connor Mundy had just retired over 10 or 11 in a row, and then 4 straight hits from the Pilots. It just felt like it was all falling apart, and then a mental mistake by the last place Pilots. Mistakes continue to plague them. That one right there hurts them even more as they fall even further down in last place.
Yeah, last night for the Miners, Jackson Baker got the start. He threw 4 2/3, let up 1 run, 2 runs, 1 earned on 5 hits, 3 walks, struck out 7, added on to that ABL lead in strikeouts, and Connor Mundy came in after him, got the final out of the 5th, and then, retired 11 in a row, and it kind of is unfortunate that his outing couldn't go all the way through and let him get the win. He got 4 straight hits off of him, let up 2 runs, tied the game. He would be taken out. But other than in the 9th, he had such a great outing.
Yeah, Mundy came in and he did a really good job overall throughout the game. It just kind of fell apart of him once he got through that order the second time around. It happens. It's baseball. Baker, great start once again. A lot of strikeouts. But Austin Park, great game all around for him offensively. I think we should take a look at what he said post-game yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. He got 2 hits, walked, scored 2 runs, and played amazing defense over there. Let's see what he had to say after the game. What's up, Miners fans? Here with Austin Park shortstop, 2A guy from BYU. Big win here on a walk-off balk, but you had yourself a day at the plate, right? 2 hits, a walk, 2 runs scored, and even played some amazing defense out there at short, pretty critical on the defensive end. And actually, too, beginning of the season, you're kind of struggling at short, too, and you had a game off, played third, went back to short, too. Can you just speak on your defensive efforts out there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just getting back to it, pitched a lot in the season, didn't get a ton of infield reps, so I was just been working every day, and now I feel comfortable again, and just having fun out there.
Yeah, you had back-to-back outs, 1 to end inning, 1 to start, 1 a slow chopper, made a throw on the run sidearm, then going out the next inning, first batter, right, a little looper over your head, you dive backwards. Kind of what did you see on that play?
I mean, I was just good pre-pitch, ready to go wherever the ball took me, and gave it a shot, and it happened. So
yeah, and I mentioned 2 big runs scored, right? Played in those 5 runs. Kind of just, what do you describe your role, or how do you describe your role as the leadoff guy for this team and getting on base and letting other guys do their job?
Yeah, I mean, I just get on base. That's kind of my goal in the summer, get on base, and that's what I've been doing. So trying to keep doing it. Guys behind me have been hitting me, so it's been good.
Yeah, and final question, kind of what is your approach when you get up to the plate? Are you working inside out?
Yeah, I'm just working middle. I'm just trying to see the ball, hit the ball, and hit it up the middle and see where it goes. So.
All right, Austin Park, everybody. So there was Austin Park with his post-game interview after the 5-4 win. Had himself a day offensively and defensively. And the Pilots are about to, I guess they technically are taking a field. Their huddle over there at first. Jack Jones on the bump. Jack Jones, the lefty, wearing number 18. 6 feet tall, 190 pounds, a freshman from Cal State Northridge from Lone Pine, California. And here's that Miners lineup he'll be facing in Anchorage. Austin Park, the shortstop, will lead off. Declan Spooner has moved up the lineup. He's batting second and behind the dish. Batting third at first, Luke Hughes. Batting fourth in right field, Jackson Babcock. Batting fifth in left, Will Millar. DHing, batting sixth, Canyon Millar. Batting 7th at second, excuse me. Will Godfrey batting 8th at the hot corner. Cash Millar, and rounding out the order, Tyler Akers playing center field for the first time this season. So once again, Park, Spooner, Hughes, Babcock, Millar, Godfrey, Millar, and Akers. And speaking of Austin Park, let's take a look at that amazing defensive play he made just last night.
That one, 0-1's hit on the hands and towards Park, and oh my goodness, did he make that catch? Yeah, he did.
Sports Center top 10-esque. I mean, little looping line drive over his head, shallow left field, able to dive backwards and make the play. Oh, play of the season so far, and talked about it in his post-game interview, but the inning before the final out, so technically back-to-back plays, he made a great play coming in towards home on a slow chopper, able to barehand it and make the sidearm throw on the move. So it was something stressed earlier in the season when he was kind of making errors at shortstop, and LeBron said, hey, it's a confidence thing. I think he was pretty confident last night.
No, he looked exactly that. That play was absolutely ridiculous. Park got up there for sure, and he made a lot of plays last night that weren't necessarily routine. There was a lot of putting in a lot of extra work defensively and making tough plays, and it's good to see him do that.
So Austin Park digs in to lead things off with that blue bat. Some like to call blue steel. Coming off a 2-for-4 performance. First pitch, we are underway, is a fastball that misses outside from Jack Jones.
Jack Jones, a guy back on June 19th, started against his minors team. Threw 4 1/3, gave up 3 runs, 2 earned on a couple of hits.
Gets a strike there. It's 1-1 to Park. Austin Park, 3rd in the ABL in batting average. Just behind Phoenix West for the Chinooks at first. 1-1. Wave and a miss outside.
See, Park can get something going. Yesterday was a good day for him, like you mentioned, but he singled and scored in the first of yesterday's game. He had a couple hits and a couple of runs. See if he can be a jolt early.
Batting .375 through 11 games. Fouls that one back off. And the other guy in front of him, Ty Denton, the catcher for the Anchorage Bucks. So West batting .400, Denton batting .394, and Park batting .375.
It's not a bad start to the summer, huh? I say start, we're a month in now, but I mean still.
Hey, and this guy's a pitcher at BYU.
Yeah.
That one misses, and don't forget the ABL lead, tied for first with his teammate Matthew Blind in stolen bags at 7.
He's certainly making a case for his coaches at BYU to give him more reason to swing the stick next spring.
Yeah, he did it just a bit. Did have a start at BYU where he also hit and had a double. That one misses outside. Count will go full. First batter of the game. Jones from the windup. 3-2. Wave and a miss. Fastball right by Park. That's the first out of the ball game, and Jones picks up his first K.
Yeah. Park worked a good at bat there. He got it to 6 pitches, but kind of went on a pitch outside that lefty has an advantage on these righties on that outer half of the plate.
So there's strikeout number 8 for Jack Jones on the year, a 6.35 ERA in 11 1/3. Set up 9 hits. It's a fly ball left field, hooking out a play from Declan Spooner, the St. John's catcher. But for Jones, just a 5.56 K per 9, which is just a little lower than you probably would want out of any arm. But even a starter, that one misses just high to Spooner.
Yeah, Spooner taking his reps pregame on the field for BPs, and I'm trying to get out in front of this baseball today. I know it's a lefty. I'm not going to let him attack me on the inner half. I'm going to attack him.
Lefty on lefty here. It's a fastball first strike. For Jones, comes at you with a basic 4-pitch mix, fastball, curveball. So the curve is his number 2, changeup, slider, but he is working on a knuckle curve to complement that curveball. One, two, chopper back to the mound. Jones with a leaping grab and easy throw over to first for out number 2.
Yeah, for Jones, that curveball, we weren't told it was a 12-6, so I imagine that curveball has a lot more horizontal break on it, as that knuckle curve will just give you kind of an in-between, right? It comes out the hand, say, at 3 o'clock on the clock, and it breaks more towards like a 7. More downwards break, I guess, more vertical. It's a good in-between of that curveball and the 12-6.
Wave and a miss from Luke Hughes, the new guy for the Miners. Out of Southmount Community College in Phoenix, Arizona. Played left field. He's at first tonight. But just another righty that the Miners have wanted to grab, try to bring some thump to this lineup. He is a big guy. 1-1 from Jones. Popped up, out of play left side, and Horn is going to run out of room. Braden Horn for the Glacier Pilots. Usually DHing or playing first, but this is the first time he's been behind the dish that the Miners have seen, at least.
Yeah, shoot, Nick Cortinas had a lot of work behind the dish yesterday. He saved maybe 2 or 3 runs behind the dish. Imagine his knees are a little sore.
Yeah, Cortinas is DHing. They don't want that bat leaving the lineup. A 1-2. Fastball upstairs.
He was brought in here to add some thump to that lineup. We've yet to see it, but, you know, he's only played 1 game. You can't expect him to come out here and just hit bombs.
I mean, I think he made a positive impact, made a diving play in left field early on, and although he went 0 for 3, had an RBI hit by pitch. It's a 2-2. Also upstairs leaves it, and in his first at-bat, with a swinging bunt, able to move 2 guys over, and those 2 would come in to score on Matthew Blind's RBI single, so definitely made a positive impact, even though he went hitless. 3-2 from Jones. Fouled off right side. Hughes putting up a battle.
Head coach Tyler LeBrun of the Miners said, it's funny how, you know, moments and plays happen to always find the newer guys on our team this year, and that ball hit to Hughes in the top of the first yesterday. He made a nice kind of fallen forward grab, certainly found him, and he did make an impact, especially defensively.
3-2, called strike 3, fastball there at the knees, and a 1-2-3 inning with 2 punchies for Jack Jones in the first, and we'll head to the bottom half. On the bump for the Matsu Miners, bottom of the first. It'll be Colin Oloisio, the righty that stands 6'1", 205 pounds. Freshman from Spring, Texas, and Sam Houston in Huntsville, Texas. And on the season for Oloisio, a 2.7 ERA in 10 innings with 15 strikeouts. On the 22nd here at Mulcahy Stadium versus the Bucks, threw 5 scoreless on 2 hits, 6 punchies. Those 15 on the season are good for third in the ABL, just behind the Oilers' Smathers and his teammate Jackson Baker.
Yeah, I mentioned it in the pregame. He's been having a pretty sneaky year so far. He's had some really good innings produced for this minor squad. And you always feel good when any starting pitcher for Mets who's on the bump, but Aloysio's one of those guys you feel a little bit better with.
Here's the new guy for the Pilots, Henry Verhamy. Lines the first pitch over to short, and there's that guy, Austin Park. First pitch out.
Yeah, don't hit it to him. He's gonna start looking like Tate Green sooner or later. If you know, you know.
Here's Cooper Kunis after the one pitch out. So Verhamy, solid swing there, but right at a guy. Aloysio working quick, misses on that fastball outside.
See if any opportunities. Find someone like Tyler Akers early in this ball game playing center field. In place of Matthew Blind, who's just got the day off. And we've seen Cash Millar already at third, who likely there because Diesel Toth is getting the day off as well, at least out of the starting lineup as it stands.
There's a 2-0 strike, changeup on the outer third. Kunis had a very solid night last night. Had 3 singles. He went 3 for 5, 3 RBIs. High and in fastball there for a strike. So Aloysio coming up to Alaska, 3-pitch guy, fastball, changeup, slider, but he's adding that cutter. See what his usage looks like. That one's fouled back.
I like the idea how Aloysio 2-0 there. He went with the changeup, kind of down and out. Because, I mean, if I'm a hitter 2-0, whether I am getting ready to swing or I'm just auto-taking, right, I do expect a fastball in that situation, and he kind of didn't let him see the fastball. Then he comes in on him with that heat. So, good way of moving speeds and locations by Aloysio. That's what makes him sneaky good.
2-2's in the dirt, count will go full. Cooper Kunis, the right fielder, just finished up his freshman season. He leads the team in RBIs with 10 and walks with 13, batting .241. And there's walk number 14.
It's one place that Aloysio is going to have to stay away from is the free passes, especially early. You heard head coach Tyler LeBrun talk about it yesterday. He said, I really wish that Baker wouldn't have, given up those free passes early, fill up the zone earlier in the game and not later in his start. And that's what kind of prevents some of these guys from going into that 6th inning or maybe even getting through the 5th.
Yeah, he definitely settled in the 4th. Those front 3 were definitely tough. It's a foul ball.
Foul ball brought to you by Anchorage.
So Baker led up 2 in the first 3 innings, was able to strand 7 in 3, but in the 4th he struck out the side, and in the 5th got the first 2 outs quickly, so it looked like he was about to get through 5, but then let up a double, and his pitch count had gotten over 100, and Mundy came in to relieve him. Oh, 1 from Aloysio. Fly ball to left field. There's Millard. Just had to barely move out there, and there's out number 2.
Way to come back. Bounce back from that free pass. It's a hard hit ball, but it's right to your defense. Good job by Aloysio trusting his defense.
Here's the first baseman and cleanup man, Drew Johnson, with Cooper Kunis on first.
Miners pitching staff. They've been so good with guys on base.
Runner goes. Throw down from Spooner is going to be offline to the right. Godfrey backing up, but he gets away from him and into center field, and Kunis is going to move up to third. So stolen bag for Kunis. And an error on the Miners already early on in the first.
It's been part of the problem this season is errors. They have been somewhat eliminated. They haven't been as costly over the past week or so, but them early errors will definitely hurt you when we get to the back third.
Wave and a miss on a slider from Johnson, and It's 1-1. Johnson struggling so far. 8 games, 33 at bats, just batting 152. This is 2-1 the lefty first baseman, as he's looking to get the Pilots on the board early.
I would guess, going back to that error, they would charge that E4 on Godfrey, right? He did make an attempt to field that after it got past Park over at short.
Just wasn't able to field the backhand. Aloisio working from the windup. Takes a deep breath and deals. Line drive to left field, gonna fall right in front of Millard. Kunis scores, and Drew Johnson comes through with a single. RBI puts the Pilots up 1-0 here in the first.
Yep, they still try to steal a bag on you, and then you make an error on the throwdown. It's going to hurt you. That's why you cannot make these costly mistakes, but then that's also a guy who just scored on a free pass that you gave up, too. So defensively, Miners are not helping themselves, and then Aloisio kind of getting hurt there by his free pass early in this ballgame.
Here's Braden Horn, the catcher. First pitch strike from Aloisio. Horn started the season off very, very hot. Was second in the ABL in average, batting over 400, but he's hit a rough spot, a little cold streak. Still good numbers on the year, batting .333. Line drive left field, that's going to get down and head for the corner. Millard chasing after it, he'll cut it off. Relay throw coming in will keep Drew Johnson at third, but a 2-out double from Braden Horn.
And now the Pilots are just putting good bat on ball here.
Batting for the Pilots, the left fielder from Feather River, number 4, Jake Dahl.
Even the 2 outs against Aloisio so far, that line out to short and a hard fly out to left. So every ball put in play has been good contact from the Glacier Pilots. Here's Jake Dahl, the left fielder. That ball ripped into center. Akers just moving to his left, coming in a bit, and makes the catch chest high to retire the side. But the Pilots strike first off the bat of Drew Johnson, an RBI single that scores Cooper Kunis, and they have the lead as we head to the second.
Now batting for the Miners, the right fielder from the Colorado School of Mines, number 9, Jackson Babcock.
Here's Babcock leading off the second. Miners down 1 early. Jack Jones, a very solid first inning. 2 strikeouts in a 1-2-3 inning, and a weak chopper right back to him. So he pretty much did everything himself in the first, as there's a ball that misses to Babcock. Babcock went hitless last night, but did walk twice, including an RBI walk back in the 4th. So it's 2-0 to the right fielder. Lefty on lefty. He's going to foul that one off left side. Scoreboard out in right field has just deactivated.
Uh-oh. How you let that happen?
I don't know. Thankfully, we have our own, of course, on your screen. But, oh, there it is. 2-1 to Babcock. Fouled off left side again. Same place, and it's 2-2. Babcock on the season hitting .257. Second on the team in RBI with 7. Just behind Matthew Blind. That one comes in, almost hits him, that slider. Count will go full.
That one real close. That was right over the chalk of the inside part of that lefty's box.
Babcock last time out against Jack Jones. 0 for 1 with a walk and a hard fly out. He's going to hit this one to center field. Shallow. Who's going to get there? It's the center fielder, Gianni, making the grab. Diving forward. What a play for out number 1.
And it's just a F8. That's tough, but what a grab. Probably would have been easier for Verhamy to get to, but Gianni running all the way down.
Left fielder from North Alabama, number 19.
So it looked a lot harder off the bat, but it just died. Up there in shallow center field, but Gianni was all over it. Now here's Will Millard in left field. Not behind the dish. First pitch strike. Millard just batting 154. He puts up really good at-bats every time. He leads the team in doubles with 2, tied with Babcock, man before him. So that one misses. Didn't play last night. Hard off, up the middle, off Jones. He kind of just eats it. And a quick underhand toss to first for out number 2. That ball was smoked. And it looks like Jones is okay. He waves off his catcher horn, just ate it right off the cheek there.
Adrenaline will get you for sure, man. He says I'm good. Wow.
Millard gives him a little point. Either just a little respect point or hope you're okay.
That'll hurt in the morning.
Definitely. That'll leave a spot. Here's Canyon Millar. First pitch curveball misses. So just another example of Will Millard getting hard contact and getting nothing out of it. That one's fouled off left.
That foul ball brought to you by Spinard Builder Supply.
So far, already 2 1-3 putouts for Jones out there on the bump. Getting a lot of work early. Ooh, that one misses somewhere. Millard might have gotten lucky there. It's 2-1. Last night for Canyon, 0 for 4. But he had 2 lineouts, hit the ball hard, especially in his last at-bat. Hard ground ball over to first. There's Johnson, going to take it himself for the 3 unassisted, and another 1-2-3 inning for Jack Jones. He's faced the minimum through 2. So we head to the bottom half. Nick Cortinas, the usual catcher for the Pilots, DHing tonight, will lead off in the second, up 1-0. First pitch strike from Aloisio, who was it was only one run, but kind of a rough first inning. Walked a guy, but every out and every ball put in play was really smoked from the Pilots as there's a wave and a miss. 2 lineouts and a deep, hard flyout were his 3 outs, which is rare to see from Aloisio. That one just misses outside. It's 1-2.
It's the bottom part of the order here. See if he can get a quick 3 up, 3 down.
Misses high and in with the fastball. Cortinas batting .250 in 10 games. Swing and a miss. Aloisio picks up his first K.
Now batting for the Pilots.
And there's one away in the second.
Good start to the inning right there. Get the first eye. Sat down on strike. Start rolling right here for Colin.
Here's Zach Hefner, the second baseman, out of the Masters University. First pitch misses outside. He's had himself a solid start. Hasn't played as many games, just 6, 17 at-bats, but he's hitting .353. He's walked 6 times, so that's good for a .542 on-base percentage as there's a strike. And don't forget the great defense that he's played out there, at least when the minors have played the Glacier Pilots. That one just barely misses below the knees of Hefner. It's 2-1. Aloisio from the first base side of the rubber. 3-1 to Hefner now.
Back in the first, there was a 1-out free pass given up by Aloisio. Led to run number 1 in this ball game. Do not want to have a strikeout, get the first out. Try to start getting some momentum and then walk a guy.
Foul tip upstairs from Hefner on the fastball. Count to go full. Hefner has struck out 6 times in 6 games. Three-two. Called strike 3. Fastball on the inner third. Froze Hefner. Back-to-back punchies for Aloisio here in the second.
There you go. That's some confidence stuff right there. Back-to-back punch-outs. Yeah, he's starting to feel it. Now you got to get the toughest out of the inning, out number 3.
You can definitely turn your start around. We saw it just last night with Jackson Baker. Able to finish his outing, retiring 5 of his last 6 batters. And he was in a groove there. Just pitch count got a little too high. Here's the 9-hole hitter, Ryan Dotson. Early 0-1 count for Aloisio. Misses second pitch. It's 1-1. Dotson still at third. He was at third last night. Wave and a miss, 1-2. But he went 0 for 3 before getting everything started in the 9th against Mundy with a 1-out single, came around to score. 1-2. Ground ball over to short. There's Park. Cleans it up, and his throw is going to be offline, and Hughes comes off the bag, tries to make the tag, and they say he didn't get it. And a throwing error from Austin Park leads to a 2-out base runner.
It's one of those situations where Park has probably got to come up and charge that ball a little bit more. I know you're not at Herman Brothers Field, so it plays different here on the turf. That is one that you've got to come up on and charge just a little bit earlier so you have just a little bit more time to make a little bit more comfortable throw.
Henry Verhamy swings at the first pitch again. That one gets out of play. He's 0 for 1. Led off the bottom of the first with a first pitch line out to short. So he'll see a second pitch for the first time. New guy that just came up for the Pilots 2 days ago. Back pick attempt over to first. Just not in time. That was close. What a throw from Spooner behind the dish. And I think what a tag from Hughes. That was very, very close.
Yeah. Good attempt there. Let him know that you're not trying to give up a free pass or free 90 here.
It's 2-1 to Verhamy.
If you look back to yesterday, Verhamy, his first 2 plate appearances came in the first 2 innings. So Pilots recreate that here today.
That one misses low, so a 3-1 count now. Just graduated high school. So far in 8 at-bats, got 2 hits. That's good for a 250 average. 3-1. Wave and a miss, 3-2.
See if Aloisio can get 2 at-bats this inning where he can bounce back from 3-1 count and retire the hitter. Those are 2 huge ways to find a way to get outs.
Verhamy did strike out 3 times last night. The 3-2. Just misses low and in, and back-to-back 2-out base runners.
Walk that line with tree line for all your deck and
2 free passes given up by Aloisio in only the 2nd inning. You've got to limit those as much as possible.
Definitely went. Looks like he went with that 3-2 changeup low and in. He was frustrated he couldn't get the result he wanted. Now here's Cooper Kunis. Scored the only run of this game so far. Ground ball right side. Hughes has it. He's going to flip it to Aloisio, covering first in time to retire the side. So Aloisio strands 2. And we head to the 3rd.
For the Miners, the second baseman from Central Missouri, number 4, Will Godfrey.
Beef will lead things off in the 3rd. So far, Jack Jones has faced the minimum through 2. Has 2 punchies. But if you need anyone to get on for the Miners, it's this guy. First pitch swing, high fly ball into right center. Gianni shuffling to his left. Camped under it for out number 1.
Yeah, 1 pitch, 1 out when Jones is rolling like he is. I get being aggressive at the first pitch. It's just a tough result. It will happen, but that's back-to-back F8s to start the inning for Jones, too.
Here's Cash Millar at 3rd. There's a strike on the outer 3rd. One from Jones. Fouled straight back, 1-2.
Somebody's got to get something going. Millar has kind of been a guy that's able to spark something over his last few games that he's been in the lineup. So see if he could do that here in this third inning.
His last start was the 27th. Went 0 for 3. Ground ball left side, just left of third. We'll do it again.
All brought to you by Catalyst Marine Engineering.
And that last start for him came against the Pilots. That was in that Freedom 250 game exhibition.
Doesn't count.
1-2. Pop up right side. Who on the infield will get it? There's Drew Johnson under it for out number 2.
Now batting.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of pop-ups for the Miners. Going back to yesterday, really, it seems like a lot of pop-ups, especially earlier in the game, right? They had 2 yesterday through 2 innings.
Here's Tyler Akers, speedy center fielder tonight. Third base in. First pitch swinging, chopper over to second. Gonna be a tough play for Hefner. It bounces off the palm of his glove. And the speed of Akers might have been in his head on that one. And first guy on for the Miners is an E4.
Shortstop, number 11.
So I was thinking too, knowing that a guy like Akers is going to make any ball hit softly in the infield tough on you, you're going to be thinking about trying to get that ball as soon as possible and throw it over there. He's thinking about throwing it before he is fielding it, and that'll happen.
Here's Austin Park for the second time. Fouls one off himself first pitch, 0-1. See if Akers takes off over at first, try to get in scoring position. No, he doesn't have as many plate appearances as Park or Blind, but you'd expect he'd steal every single time he can. He's super hard for catchers to throw him out. As Jones is going to throw over there. Looking at Akers.
Certainly a guy, regardless with 2 outs in the inning, you really like the opportunity Park gives you with somebody on base, the way he's been hitting the baseball over the first month of this ABL season.
And only a third of the games. So we're going to lock in and grind here in July. It's 1-1 to Park. Struck out swinging to lead this game off. Hard line drive, right field. Kunis going back in front of the track has enough room to retire the side. So a 2-0 error doesn't faze Jack Jones. And we head to the bottom of the third. Center fielder Gianni will lead off for the Pilots in the third. So have that 1-0 lead. Aloisio, much better second inning. First pitch swinging, ground ball over to second. Godfrey, his throw in time for quick out number 1.
Seen both teams getting aggressive early in the accounts here. First pitch swinging, and it's resulting in outs.
So Gianni's now 0 for 2. Here's Drew Johnson. Drove in the only run of the ball game so far. An RBI single to left field, fell right in front of Millard. Just able to go the other way at it. Loisio's first pitch to him. That one over to second. Godfrey's there. He has much more time on this one, and 2 pitches, 2 outs. Over to Will Godfrey at second here in the third.
There you go. Good start right there.
So Braden Horn, who's 1 for 1 with a double. He was stranded. Might have the auto takes sign on right here, with Gianni and Johnson both grounding out on 1 pitch. Loisio from the windup, and he takes strike 1. So Braden Horn was able to get his second double of the season back in the first. Quickly 0-2. Horn has struck out 17 times, which is tied for the most on the Pilots, tied with Jake Dahl, the left fielder. Pilots do strike out a lot. It's one of the reasons why they're at the bottom of the standings. Wave and a miss, a 1-2-3 inning on 5 pitches. Cherry on top is the strikeout on 3 to Braden Horn, and we ended the 4th. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 for the Miners in the 4th as they try to just get something going on offense so far. The only guy to reach through the first 3 is Tyler Akers on an E4. So Jack Jones has been rolling through 3. Declan Spooner will lead off. 1-3 ground out. First time up. First pitch going to come in and hit him. Team's fired up over there on the third base side. And you love to see that. First pitch.
Come on, now this is breakfast for Spoonie. He eats those all day.
With a spoon.
Yeah. Spork, actually.
Sport, he's a sport guy.
Yeah.
Easy one to take, too. A breaking ball that got away from Jones. Here's Luke Hughes. Fouls that first pitch straight back.
That foul ball brought to you by the Insurance Center.
Hughes struck out looking to end the first. Looking for that first hit with the Miners. Does have that first RBI off of a bases-loaded hit by pitch last night. Chopper left side. There's Dotson over to second for one. Throw over to first. Johnson not able to pick it out, and it's a 5-4 fielder's choice for Luke Hughes.
Poor Spoonie, he gets hit
Now
for
batting
pretty
the
much no
right fielder,
reason
number
right there.
9, Jackson Babcock.
Here's Jackson Babcock. Lefty on lefty. Babcock 0 for 1 with a fly out. Oh, up and in first pitch. Chin music.
You know, something I've been noticing and I have been loving is, or you should know, the World Cup's been going on, and World Cup fans from certain countries taking over MLB ballparks. That has been so cool.
Pop up left side is going to get out of play. Scotland started the trend in Boston.
Took over Fenway, and
Scotland fans are amazing.
the Aussies took over Globe Life Field right now. They are right now, actually.
I know the English went to Truist in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
They were hyping up Michael Harris. They loved Michael Harris. Someone did it in Miami, too. I forgot. Jones throws over there to first.
I want to say, was it Norway? I know that they were doing the little row thing that the Norwegians do.
Yeah.
They were doing that at a game.
Yeah, I just forgot which game it was, but they did that. Yeah.
But yeah, they've been taking over and just bringing European soccer energy to Major League Baseball, which, it doesn't exist. Nowhere near the same thing.
Oh, Mrs. Lowe. No. European soccer energy is, or just, I'd say just international soccer energy, just top tier. Jones a double take on first. Fly ball left field. Dahl going back. He's at the track, at the wall. He leaps and he makes the grab. Premature jump there from Dahl. Didn't need to. And a deep fly out for Babcock and 2 away here in the fourth.
Man, I know it sounds super cliche to say if he's using a metal bat, he's got like 5 or 6 home runs this season. But, I mean, really, he's hit the ball so well, and they just hadn't been able to get enough behind it with the wood.
So here's Will Millard. Yeah, I feel like he might be hitting like 700 right now. Jones to Millard. First pitch swinging, fly ball right center. Kunis is there to retire the side. So leadoff hit batter. Stranded on first as we head to the bottom of the fourth. 6, 7, and 8 for the Pilots. Due up in the 4th. This game has been flying by. The first 3.5 done in just 50 minutes. As Aloysio's first pitch to Dahl misses outside.
Both pitchers have been putting in great work. Aloysio maybe had a rougher first 2 innings, but then last time out, it took him only 5 pitches to get out of it.
Wave and a miss from Dahl there, who we mentioned is also tied for the team lead in strikeouts at 17. He lined out to center in the first. Got good wood on it. And it's 2-1. That one misses low.
Looking on your screen, you maybe see that white stuff again floating around the ball field. That's cottonwood. We learned that yesterday. It's just, as of yesterday, it just started flying everywhere through the air.
2-1 fouled off the inner leg of Dahl, so it's 2-2. In the chat asking which fast food chain introduced the spork, since we did mention spork for Declan Spooner. You know, I'm going to say probably KFC in the 70s. It's kind of what I'm feeling like.
It's actually pretty genius, especially for a place like KFC, because they have that one bowl thing that, you know what I'm talking about, where it's got like the mashed potatoes, the chicken, the corn, and the gravy.
They did that a lot at my school. Do you think they invented that, the chicken nugget mashed potato bowl?
Yeah, it's a KFC thing, for as far as I know.
I know, just did they invent it? Like, I know they do that, but here's a
It's the
3-2. Chop foul.
Only place I know that sells stuff like that, but it's a great, you know, menu item or something, whatever you want to call it, for a spork, because, you know, you got to scoop up that mashed potatoes, gravy, corn, and then you want to stick the chicken with the other end of that spork. It works beautifully.
Genius. 3-2. Called strike 3, fastball down and in. Gets Dahl. He doesn't like it. Well, that's 4 punchies now for Aloysio.
Back-to-back for him, 2 going back to the last inning. He's rolling.
Number 24, Nick Cortines.
Here's Nick Cortines, the DH. He was Aloysio's first strikeout victim to lead off the second. First pitch is upstairs.
You know, I don't know about you, but in grade school growing up in the cafeteria, I guess to save plastic, you never got like a spoon and a fork in the plastic wrap. You always got a spork.
I mean, it's smart. But no, yeah, my school district, at least, I don't know how cafeteria food varies, but they did that mashed potato bowl. And I usually would bring a lunch, but sometimes when I got a lunch from school, I mean, that thing was smacking. And kids would try to tell you it looked nasty, but I wouldn't let them tell me that.
Oh, school mashed potatoes with that packet-made gravy is chef's kiss.
Ground ball over to third, Cash Millar. Throw across the diamond. In time. Nice reach from Hughes there, a little bit over his head, but there's 2 away.
Now batting for the Pilots, the second baseman.
Nice job by Hughes, getting comfortable over there now.
21, Zach Hefner.
Yeah, I think right there it kind of looked like in my peripherals that he might have stretched and stuck that leg out a little too early, so it made it look uncomfortable for him to reach above his head there. First pitch strike to Zach Hefner, who also struck out back in the second. That was looking on a low fastball. Painted from Aloysio, down and away. It's 0-2. Aloysio looking for another quick inning. Misses high and away.
Good waste pitch. Getting super ahead like that, but Aloysio, you see, nearing 60 pitches. This will be, that is 60 right there. It's not a bad count, though, for the way he started this game and how he's done against the last 6 hitters.
Definitely. Hard ground ball left side, gonna get through the hole into left field. Park was shifted over towards second. And Hefner gets another base knock. Keeps that average pretty high so far in a small sample size, and the inning continues.
Yeah, it's going to happen eventually the way that the Pilots started this game. They get their first base hit, so it's 2 outs back in the first, and first base runner back with 2 outs in the second.
Here's Ryan Dotson, the 9-hole hitter, third baseman. Reached on an error first time up. Hit a routine grounder over to short, and Park just not able to make the throw. It's 1-0. He's hitting 208 on the season, fouls that one back.
That foul ball brought to you by Catalyst Marine Engineering.
14 strikeouts in 14 games. Does have 3 extra base hits. So he's been able to find some gaps, find the line. Just a bit. Hefner on first. Threat to run. Line drive into center field. Akers coming on, and will make the catch on a slight jog, chest high, to retire the side. So a 2-out single against Aloisio for Hefner. Doesn't matter, he's stranded on first, and we head to the 5th, still 1-0.
Designated hitter number 29, Kaden Bessent.
6, 7, 8 do it for the Miners in the 5th. Looking to get something going. Canyon Millar will lead off. Lefty on lefty. First pitch swinging, rips one foul. Way out in front of that, but he got good wood.
That foul ball brought to you
Millar a
by
hard
Spindler
ground out
Builder
first time
Supply.
up at 3 unassisted. Just been hitting the ball a lot harder and just more consistently. Just got to get him to fall. And that kind of goes for everybody in the Miners order pretty much, other than maybe Park.
So far on the day, only 3 guys have reached base, and we're in the 5th. So it's one of those days where offense is definitely struggling. They're going to have to wake up at some point here and try and get Jones out of the game or find a way to get to him bottom half of the order second time through, and that bottom half of the order has been pretty solid.
Yeah, Jones, a guy through his first 3 appearances, a ERA just south of 7, but he's rolling so far here. Blows a fastball by Millar. It's 2-2. This is Millar's first time seeing Jones, as that one just misses. Didn't play in that game that he started on the 19th. Worked a full count here. Jones payoff. Comes inside and hits Millar right on the forearm as he kind of threw the hands at it just barely. And back-to-back innings, the leadoff man is reached via the hit by pitch.
If you're the Pilots, you can't be saying that he was offering it that and like leaning into it with his hands on a half swing. There is no way you say that right there. I mean, yeah, he thought about it for a second. There was no intention in getting hit by the ball right there.
Here's Will Godfrey. 0 for 1, flew out on the first pitch to center. First pitch swinging again, we'll foul it back. Godfrey, another guy, kind of like Babcock, just off the top of my head, who has just missed out on some home runs this season. A lot of warning track flyouts, especially here at Mulcahy Stadium. So there's our first Seagull that goes by. Godfrey leaves it upstairs.
Counting Seagulls makes me feel like we're in San Marcos counting trains over in left field.
Start counting Seagulls and just, oh, there's another one. Start counting Seagulls, start dozing off. Jones checks first, the 1-1. 1-2. Godfrey coming into today, leading the team in walks with 10, but so batting .269, a .474 on base percentage. Hard ground ball back up the middle. Hefner backhands it, flip over to second for one, throw to first, not in time. Godfrey beats it out. So back-to-back innings that it started off with a hit by pitch and then immediately followed by a fielder's choice.
Now batting the third baseman, number
Got to do better hitting with guys on base. And that one kind of just stolen by Hefner there from Godfrey from being a base hit. But, I mean, with the guy on first, they're going to play double play depth where they are right now, a little bit closer to up the middle. That's why it allows Hefner to steal it. And again, though, you got to find a way to hit hard line drives.
Runner goes. Godfrey trying to steal second. He's gunned down. Attempts the swim move, but Braden Horn's throw beat him by a mile.
It's not like it was a bad jump or anything either.
So the bases will be empty now. And a 1-0 count for Cash Millar, the third baseman. Also 0 for 1 popped up. First time up in the third.
Really what just got Godfrey thrown out there was that it was just a fastball up and almost like a pitch out.
And Jones did it accidentally. Set up his battery mate Horn well. 2-0 to Millar. Jones deals, wave and a miss. Millar way behind it. So it's 2-1. Jones now just getting past 60 in this at-bat. He's been rolling so far. Still hasn't allowed a hit. Has hit 2 batters, and there's been an error behind him. One misses somewhere. Looked like a good one from Jones, but Millar in a good hitter's count, 3-1.
Maybe a sign of fatigue, seeing him kind of get away from the zone here, especially with 2 outs.
Pop up on the infield behind the mound. And there's Hefner coming in to retire the side. So a interesting 1-2-3 inning in the 5th. And Jones is rolling so far, and we head to the bottom half. So coming back in the bottom of the fifth, Colin Aloisio, who was warming up as he was just settling in this game, exited early because he got hurt during warm-ups and pointed to his right arm. That's just not a good sign, and we're currently waiting on a new Miners pitcher warming up. We believe it's Cooper Grace out there in left field getting warm, but there's going to be some time before we see the bottom of the fifth start, as the Miners have to be allowed time to warm up a new pitcher with a sudden injury like that. But we're going to step aside yet again, and we'll come back with the bottom of the fifth. So on the bump now for the Miners following Colin Aloisio's injury will be Cooper Grace, the right-hander out of Nebraska, wearing number 28, saying 6'3", 205. Just completed his freshman season from Wakarusa, Kansas. And very unfortunate for the Miners as they lose another pitcher. And we hope hope the injury is not too dire.
That's not good for a team that needs arms.
No, that is now the 4th pitcher the Miners have lost. Pendleton, Caden Nichols, although he didn't appear in a game yet. The biggest one so far now, or before Aloisio, Olette. Going back, he was amazing in his time, and now Aloisio done. One would just assume, done for the summer. There's no way. And so he was just starting to get going to this game. 5-pitch third with a strikeout and a short 4-2, although he did let up another hit. His thirds got another strikeout and just another quick inning. He was only at 64 and heard it during warm-ups.
There's no way he comes back. Last time I saw a dude warming up, grab his elbow, that guy hasn't pitched in like 6 months, so likely never a good sign.
So we'll resume play after a bit. Here's Henry Verheimer, my bad. First pitch from Grace misses low. Verheim's 0 for 1 with a line out and a walk. 2-0 from Grace.
These are not the friendly confines for Cooper Grace. Last time, his Pilots lineup did not treat him well on the bump. He saw Antonio Gianni hit a home run off of him. He actually gave up 5 hits, 3 earned runs, gave up 2 home runs, another one to Vaughn Coleman. Only 4 strikeouts in that non-league loss.
There we go. I think we got our crowd mic back up and working. It's 2-2 to the shortstop. Grace just misses upstairs with a breaking ball. Count will go full to the first batter he faces. Cooper Kunis awaits on deck. Grace deals. Wave and a miss. Fastball right by him and picks up a K in his first batter faced.
Now on the mound for the Miners, number 28, Cooper Grace. Now batting for the Pilots.
Good start for 28 right there.
Number 14, Cooper Kunis.
I have to say, I agree with you, Sweet Bacon. Let's all hope it's just discomfort and he caught something before it got too serious, knew something wasn't right in that arm, and walked off and made the right decision. That's all we can hope for.
Here's Cooper Kunis. Cooper on Cooper here. Hard shot left side, going to get through the hole and into left field. Another knock for the Pilots. They're 4th, and Cooper Kunis is 1 for 2.
Now batting for the Pilots, the center fielder from New Mexico, number 7.
Here's Antonio Gianni.
Stuff right through the hole. Pilots have done a good job of hitting the ball that way, too.
Here's the center fielder who's 0 for 2, runner on. Kunis on for the 2nd time. As Grace will throw over there. Got word the Miners are getting a new pitcher this coming week. That's all we heard.
Perfect timing to be getting a new one, that's for sure.
Definitely didn't want to stay in the net neutral, however, in number of arms. You wanted to go in the net positive, gain 1. Yeah, so just hoping that it is mild discomfort, nothing too serious.
And now, does that new arm that's allegedly coming in have a starting role, or do one of these guys we've been seeing out of the bullpen get elevated into a starter role? Assuming Aloisio doesn't throw the rest of the summer. I think it would probably be a good idea if he doesn't, even if it's not all too serious.
Have to see who steps up. Usually it's just been Roos, Baker, Aloisio, and Ziola as that one's fouled off right side.
That foul ball brought to you by Hultquist Homes.
Bowman is a guy who has experience as a starter as well, so maybe he gets a chance to fill in that spot.
He's been looking good too. Whole staff has. Some guys more issues with the free pass than others so far, but they got a lot of games to figure it out. 2/3 left on the season in terms of games, half in terms of just time frame. That made sense, right? Yeah.
See.
It's 1-1 to the center fielder, Gianni. Takes second strike. So Gianni, 3 extra base hits. Had that homer in the non-league game, so you go to his stats, it won't show up. But 2 doubles, a triple. And in his heart, a homer. Gray steals, misses low and outside.
Feels like there's more seagulls flying around out here than usual. One just flew right in front of the camera. I think you were looking at the picture and kind of missed the seagull. They can't see it, but if you look right there, there's 3. 2 of them just flew away.
Yeah, on the left side.
There's another one. There's 4 right now.
Runner left early, line shot over to short, picked by Park. Over to second for 1, Beef over to first for the double play. So a 1-out single eradicated with the 6-4-3. And Grace comes in, gets a 1-2-3 frame in the 5th. It'll be 9-1-2 for the Miners as through the first half of the game, they're still hitless. They've just had 2 hit batters reach and a error on the Pilots' defensive. That was Akers actually in his first plate appearance in the 3rd. He'll square first pitch, foul it back.
That foul ball brought to you by
I like the idea of 9-1-2 right here, starting with Akers. It could be nice.
Park on deck, Spooner in the hole. Jones so far has been brilliant for the Pilots so far through 5. He misses that one with the curveball. One. Misses low and away, and one of the guys to reach caught stealing as well, so is basically eradicated. So Just 2 guys have been left on for the Miners. Pop up left side in foul territory. Does Dodson have enough room? He's up against the fence and just barely runs out of room, and we'll do it again.
Ball brought to you by Spinard Builder Supply.
Yeah, Jones has been dealing so far throughout this game. He's made it really tough on Matsu. They've got to figure something out. Get a guy on base. Get him moved over to second. That's why I like Akers right here in this spot. He's a guy, whether he draws a walk, gets hit, puts down a beautiful bunt and digs it out. Maybe he even hits the ball today. Maybe he decides he just feels like doing that because he can. We saw him hit the ball really hard yesterday. He's just so lethally as a bunter and strong free passes that he didn't really have to swing away most of the time. But getting him on in first, he automatic free 90 with Akers on first.
Count goes full. Akers batting 158, but in a on-base percentage over 400, and he'll draw a walk there. That OBP increases, and
Now batting for the Miners,
the third straight inning with a free pass for the Miners.
What I tell you right there, Zach got you in on first base. Now here's the thing. Pilots know that he's going. Horn knows he's going. Jones knows he's going. Everybody wearing Pilot blue knows he's going. What are you going to do to stop him? I imagine lefty looking over towards the first base side. He maybe gets a look or two, or maybe it's a slide step, something like that.
Park first pitch swinging, chops one just left of third. So it's 0-1. Akers staying put on the first pitch there.
Possibly even a pitch out coming if they get to a point where they really feel like he's going to go. But Miners have been aggressive trying to send guys when they've been on base all season.
That one misses high and away. Park, the only Miner so far this season, batting over 300. He's third in the ABL, batting 375. Getting on base 49% of the time. Also leads the team. Akers takes off. Fly ball to center field. Akers goes sliding into second, looking for the ball. There's Gianni. Akers has to retreat back to first. He's in time.
Whew. Akers didn't really know exactly where it went or anything like that, but I'll be honest with you, I was watching. I'm not too sure if Akers did touch second on his way back. He slid, then kind of got up, looked around, got on the left side of second base, and kind of scurried his way back. He may have got a heel on it, but, I mean, from as far away as we are, I wasn't too sure if he touched it or not.
That happened to Canyon Millar earlier this year. But the Pilots, if it did happen, did not recognize it. Spooner takes first pitch strike. Takes a long look at the home plate umpire in disagreement. That's Jake Bunch behind the dish. Spooner 0 for 1. Got plunked last time up to lead off the fourth. Gets plunked here. He'll take a long look at Jack Jones on the bump. And runners on first and second out for the first time tonight for Matsu.
It's been fun getting to watch Declan Spooner play a little bit more often, getting to know his personality on the field. And let me tell you, this dude he's got some attitude to him, right? I think it's a good thing for a ball player to have. But he's certainly going to be a scrappy dude out there on the diamond.
Yeah, he loves taking a look at the guy on the bump because last night, too, winning run on third in Matthew Blind, he took a 4-pitch walk and took a long stare at the pitcher, right? And almost in this time, you really didn't come at me? Really? You think I was going to swing out of my shoes and get into an out? Yeah, no.
They came at him today with
and then was able to
just hitting him.
was able to get the balk. And nothing malicious, obviously, right? 2 breaking balls that just got away from Jones. No fastballs, but Mountain Visit concludes.
It's far from intentional, but as Spooner, when you get hit twice in a game, you certainly go, all right, dude, seriously?
Here's Luke Hughes, the new kid. High fly ball into left field. Dahl right in front of the track, taking a couple steps in. Akers bluffs over at second. And there's 2 away.
Even with that speed to Akers has got, he would have been hosed, not deep enough.
Now batting
He
for
was
right fielder
here to
number
provide that
9,
thump, and
Jackson Babcock.
he got a lot of that baseball, just a little bit too under it. And he'll learn quickly the more at-bats that he gets. It doesn't fly well here in Alaska.
That's for certain. Here's Jackson Babcock, 2 away, 2 on. Miners looking to come through with Akers on second. 3 straight innings now with the leadoff guy on. Unsuccessful coming through in the first 2 frames. First pitch swinging again. Blooper towards shallow right center. Will anyone get there? It's Zach Hefner on a sprint over the shoulder. What a play from the second baseman to keep the Miners off the board. And we head to the bottom half. It's 1-0.
Now batting for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots, the first baseman from Utah Tech.
Bottom of the 6th. Here at Mulcahy Stadium, Ben Cameron along with Kaden Bessent. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 due up for the Pilots. Somehow able to get out of that 6th with their 1-run lead. Thanks to great defense by the second baseman, Zach Hefner. Drew Johnson will lead off the first baseman. First pitch swinging, fouls one off.
Been an interesting game for sure.
That
1-0.
ball brought to you by
Never a lot of
Anchorage.
offense in the ABL, but certainly not a lot today. Pitchers have been dueling.
And I will say, this game was rolling along through the first 4 innings. Only been, I think, an hour. Actually, through the first 4.5, that is. And then Aloisio getting hurt in warm-ups. Took some time away, 10, 15 minutes, as that one misses low. But then right after that, a lot of first pitch outs, a lot of quick at-bats.
Yeah. I mean, right there, the Miners had 2 guys on with only 1 out, and 2 pitches later, inning was over.
Hard drive to center field by Johnson. Akers going back, backpedaling all the way, able to make a catch over his left shoulder. Didn't turn around at all on that far drive.
The catcher from Southern Illinois,
Just
number 5,
straight backpedal.
Hey, T8, I've seen that before. That's a tough play to make. That ball's going to tail to his right or left because the wind is blowing that way, and the ball just seems to tail that way off the wood bat anyways. And he knew it. It tailed a little bit too much on him and got too far on his right shoulder. He had to kind of just switch his body over that way to make that grab.
First pitch to Braden Horn, misses high and in. Definitely not textbook defense out there in center, at least in terms of footwork. Good job keeping an eye on the ball. As it's 2-0 quickly to Horn. That ball was smoked by Johnson. There's a strike from Grace, and a fun fact about Cooper Grace. His glove gray leather with red accents, you know, red laces and piping. But he also keeps a Panda Express fortune cookie taped above the Nebraska logo that says, "The fortune you await is already within you." Yeah, there you go. That's good looks.
Reminds me of that Gatorade commercial.
Which
Says,
one?
Gatorade, is it in you? Yeah, you know
Caitlin
what
Clark.
Gatorade it is in me.
I'm ready. 2-2. Misses outside. Count goes full. Horns 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a double. I got the electrolytes flowing through me, although we had Powerade today, and I do think Powerade is better. Foul tip right off Spooner on the dome. It'll take a second.
Best Powerade flavor, though, which we don't have it, is melon. Melon.
Is that the pink one?
No, melon is like green.
I haven't had melon.
Best flavor.
I'm going to tell you, for Powerade, I've only had blue. Well, that's a lie. I just mean in a while, just blue in a while. But growing up, I, orange, green. But I think that's lime, right? Like they're lemon lime.
No, it's melon. It's called melon.
I haven't had it. At 3-2, fouled off on the knob. Thought that hit Horn for a second. But yeah, right off the knob of the bat there.
I like green flavored drinks like that between Gatorade and Powerade. So, like, melon is the best Powerade flavor to me, but then to Gatorade, green apple is my favorite.
That one is good. I've had that one. You're not a cucumber guy? 3-2, off the hands, right back to Grace. Gonna flip it to Hughes over to first, and an easy out, number 2.
Now batting for the
Yeah,
Pilots, the left
that's actually
fielder,
crazy you say you like
Brett
green apple. 99% of the people I say that to literally get so mad and say it's the nastiest flavor. And then they also think I'm crazy for liking grape Gatorade.
Oh, no, grape is banging.
Right?
No, grape is banging. It wasn't my, I didn't get it a lot, but grape is always banging. It's like a,
As I've gotten older, it's gotten a lot better.
it's underrated.
Yeah.
It flies under the radar.
Yeah. It's a really good flavor. I get tired of all the blue stuff as much as I like it.
If I have it often, yeah, but I don't have Powerade too often to where, you can always get a blue and there's enough space in between where you're like, yeah, all right, they're still banging. Quickly 2-0 to Jake Dahl. Dahl's 0 for 2. Line out and a strikeout. Now leads the team in strikeouts with 18. Wave and a miss. Grace blows it right by him.
Can you imagine not liking grape Gatorade and then telling someone hateful things because they like grape Gatorade? Too much hate being spewed out in this world.
I agree.
Especially if you hate green apple too. I hate you.
Whoa.
Yeah. I don't play about my green apple Gatorade.
You just contradicted yourself.
Yeah, I know.
All right. As long as you recognize.
You just cannot hate on that green apple Gatorade.
It's 3-1 to Dahl. I believe whoever's operating our scoreboard just stopped caring. Hard chopper over to first. Hughes has it. Gonna flip it over to Grace covering first. Back-to-back PFBs to end the 6th, and Grace has faced the minimum through his 2 innings of work, and we head to the 7th. Fit the back third here at Mulcahy Stadium. The Miners still down 1-0, and Jack Jones' outing is officially over through 6 no-hit innings. Did have 4 free passes, but he had himself a day. As Will Millard will lead things off against the new pitcher, Cody White, number 30. White stands 6'5", 185 pounds. He's a sophomore from the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy from El Cajon, California. It's 1-1 to Millard, who's 0 for 2, a ground out and a flyout.
That's crazy to think. 6 innings of no-hit ball, shutout ball. Only 2 strikeouts, both coming in the first. That's crazy.
Let his guys behind him work. It's Millard, fly ball right side, gonna get out of play. Cody White also pitched in that game against the 2 here on the 19th. Came in the 9th. Let up a run on a Will Godfrey sac fly to left field that almost got out of here. Swing and a miss, blew it right by Millard, and one batter faced, one punchy for Cody White.
So still speaking of Gatorade, what do you know about the best flavor of Gatorade to ever exist on the planet Earth?
Glacier Freeze?
It's not what it's called. That one's white.
Oh, that's not the light blue one?
Oh, light blue one? You say that's the best one? There's only one right answer to the best Gatorade flavor on planet Earth. It's not blue.
I'm trying to get in your shoes. What would you think?
It's discontinued now.
It's 1-1 to Kaden Millard, the DH.
They don't even.
I don't know ball like
they
that.
haven't sold it since before COVID. Ice Punch, the clear Gatorade. It looked like water.
Oh, I know. I had that one. Yeah, that was good. Hard ground ball over to second, stabbed by Hefner. Over to first in time for out number 2. 2 quick outs for Cody White. Another ball hit hard from Canyon Millard. No luck.
Yeah, so if anybody watching happens to know anybody with any connections at Gatorade or at all, anything to do with Gatorade ever, or Pepsi, because that's who owns Gatorade, tell them Ice Punch should be brought back. I will pay $200 for it.
Here's Will Godfrey. 1-0 to him. Did you ever try the Crystal Pepsi, the clear Pepsi?
I tried the Nitro Pepsi.
It was good.
You know what I'm talking about?
If I remember correctly. Nitro?
Yeah.
No. I know what you're talking about, but I never tried it.
I don't even know really what that even was. Now I think about it. It just tasted like Pepsi to me. It was just supposed to be like foamy, I guess. Like a Nitro cold brew.
Towering fly ball right center. Gianni moving back to his left, catches it over the shoulder, and 1-2-3 for Cody White in his first inning. And we're going to stretch here at Mulcahy Stadium. We've stretched here in Anchorage. Cooper Grace will face 7, 8, 9 in his third inning of work. He's faced the minimum so far. Let up a single, but basically wrote it out with a double play following it. He'll face Nick Cortines to lead things off, as we had a late start to the take me out to the ball game here at Mulcahy Stadium. We let it finish. But you know what? I was thinking during the break, too. We actually like Coke better than Pepsi, as there's a first pitch fly ball to right field. Babcock moving towards the line, makes the grab in stride. One pitch, one out here in the 7th.
Oh, well, there was no question about which one was better. We just happened to talk about Pepsi because they were owned by Gatorade owns them. Wait, they own Gatorade.
Yeah.
But we started the conversation off with Melon Powerade. That belongs to Coca-Cola. You know what my go-to drink is nowadays?
What?
My friend put me on maybe like a year and a half ago, and I thought he was crazy. He's like, yeah, I don't really drink soda no more. But when I do, I drink Coke Zero. I was like, zero sugar Coke? Dude, what are you, 50?
Right.
Oh, my goodness. All I drink now, if I get a soda, it's Coke Zero.
Yeah, and then throw a little lime in it or a little creamer if you want. So, don't shut me down, dude.
Not a lime.
Yeah, dude, lime Coke is – there's a reason they made, like, the flavor lime Coke. Like
Did you ever try that orange one, the orange vanilla?
the orange cream?
Yeah.
So good.
It is actually
It was
pretty
so
good.
dude. I tried it. Yeah, it was good.
Not
They make a
supposed to
Coke
be.
Zero of that. The only thing is, like, I wouldn't want 12 straight Coke Zeros that I have to be the orange cream. So, like, I don't get the 12-pack. But I'll smack one down. 2-2 to Zach Hefner with one away in the 7th.
I agree. I don't think it's a competition between Coke and Pepsi, though. Like, it's not even close. Coke is supreme. I would say
What is the most obscure thing you've seen sponsored by Coke? Because we were just talking about it. I mean, they
they
sponsor
do
everything.
sponsor everything.
The smallest thing I've seen, an obscure niche small football or soccer club in rural India. Called strike 3 on the inner third there. Cooper Grace has set down 8 in a row. Picks up his second K.
But I would say the competition more comes between Coke and Dr. Pepper. Maybe that's just because I'm from Texas and Dr. Pepper is the soda of Texas. But give me a Coke Zero over a Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar all day. Especially a Mexican Coke. Oh my goodness.
Pop up right side, tugging the foul line. It's going to get out of play. Luke Hughes made a sliding attempt slightly out of our view, blocked by the plank here at Mulcahy Stadium. I think he got close. It was a valiant effort. But it's 0-2 to Ryan Dodson.
I will say, though, I like going to places that have like all the drink machine where you can make like a billion different combinations. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I do love me some cherry Coke, cherry vanilla Coke.
Swing and a miss. Slider on the outer third, and Grace with the stride off the mound. Back-to-back punchies for a 1-2-3 7th, and he's faced the minimum through 3. We head to the 8th. Top of the 8th, Miners got to get something going. And here, Cody White will face 8-9-1. A pinch hitter for Cashmillar will be Alex Pearson, the guy out of University of Washington. Still just one run in this game, came in the bottom of the first.
Got to get a spark going if you're Matsu, and that's why you will bring in a pinch hitter here.
First pitch swinging just left of third.
He's inches away from an extra base hit right there.
And a lot of first pitches put in play. That's why we've been flying by so far or through 7, I should just say. Just under 2 hours. And that's with the added time, 15 minutes or so, when Aloisio got hurt and we had to take extra time for Grace to get warmed up unexpectedly.
This arguably the fastest baseball game I've ever been to.
I think that is the case.
That's 9 innings? Yeah, I think this is the fastest baseball game I've attended.
Miners looking to extend it just a bit with some offense. It's 1-2 to Pearson. It's been a couple days since he's swung in game. Played on the 27th in that Freedom 250 game here. Went 1 for 3 with a single. And he gets that one into right field through the hole on a line. There's a base knock for Pearson.
That's exactly what you're called on to do. Get something going. As the leadoff guy, pinch hitting, you get on base, you find a way on, and you'll take a base hit to break up that combined no-no that the Pilots were working with too. I mean, they brought that thing all the way through 7 innings into the 8th, so good job right there.
So Pearson breaks up the no-no. Akers squares, pulls back, and misses high.
Now, I really like the spot that the Miners are in to score a run right here. You've got Tyler Akers, who has a million different ways he can get on base or move a guy over with a beautiful bunt, and then you got the leadoff Austin Park on deck.
Akers with the bunt goes straight back. It's 1-1.
Park's a guy we've talked about plenty of times. Look at the batting average numbers. Tell you all you need to know about what he's capable of in that batter's box. If he's able to come up with a guy in scoring position, you got to love it.
Akers squares. High and in fastball, he pulls back, 2-1. Akers 0 for 1, reached last time on a walk.
Pilots try to steal strike 2. You go up and in when you know a guy's going to bunt. It's more likely to get popped up and tougher to get it down.
Akers gets this one down the first base line. He's going hard, picked up. It's thrown away by Cody White. But a good job from Hefner backing up the throw. And Pearson is not able to get to third. What a bunt from Akers there. Would have beat out the throw, definitely give him an infield single.
Now batting the shortstop, number 11, Austin Park.
That's just what he does best right there. He puts pressure on the defense when he lays those bunts down. That's the second time today, assuming they score that in error, that he's reached via the error because his speed puts pressure on the defenders. And it's in their mind how fast he is. That one a tough play. I mean, it may not be what you love about baseball, but that to me is electric stuff right there from T.
First pitch to Park, gets away from Horn. And the runners will move up 90 feet. Tying run at third, go-ahead run at second. Nobody out for the leadoff guy, Park.
They're going to have a conversation on the bump, and then LeBron's going to come over here and talk to Park. Maybe changes your approach here. Second and third, leadoff guy up with no outs.
So far for Cody White, not his best in the 8th after a 1-2-3 7th. Let up the single from Pearson that erased the no-no going on through 7. Then a throwing error on a bunt down the first base line. And then right after that, a wild pitch. Gets both runners in scoring position now.
Park did show bunt right on that first pitch he saw. First and second with no outs, you want to bunt a guy usually in that situation, especially someone like LeBron. You know he's thinking small ball right here, right? Get 2 guys at scoring position, only have 1 out. Likely out of the question unless they want to squeeze with Austin Park here, but a guy hitting just south of 400, I think you let him swing away, hits the ball deep enough into the outfield, it ties us up.
Now Park last 2 times has gotten it into the outfield, at F9 and an F8. His last time up, he hit it pretty deep to right center. So far on the season, Park has been the Miners' best guy at the plate. 1-0 from White, misses outside. First base is open. Corners in for the Glacier Pilots. Tying run just 90 feet away. (2-0) from White. High and in, fouled straight back from Park.
That foul ball brought to you by Catalyst Marine Engineering.
Park 2 for 4 last night. He's hitless so far. Last 2 times has put some good wood on it. Struck out in the first. That's what White is looking for right here. Would also love a pop-up. Called strike 2 on the outer third. I think White got the call there.
Park just needs to choke up a little bit, widen that stance, scoot up to the plate, scoot towards the pitcher, choke up right here. Get ready to protect that plate. Anything close, you fight it off. Do not give them a freebie for out number 1.
Pearson on third, Akers on second. White deals, slider. Beautiful pitch from White, but it is outside, and an even better take from Park. Count goes full.
Man, he's got gonads of steel right there with that take.
So Akers on second, the go-ahead run. Anything to the outfield should score him with that 4.3 40 speed. 3-2. Line shot through the hole into left field. That'll tie this game. Akers being waved around home. It's bobbled by Dahl. Akers score, and the Miners have the lead. Austin Park, a 2 RBI single here in the 8th to give the Miners the lead.
Coming into the inning, you're getting no hit. Your back's against the wall despite it being a one-run game. Boom, get it all started with a pinch hitter and Alex Pearson. Tyler Akers puts pressure on the defense. Mistake again made by White on the wild pitch. And then how about that? The best hitter on the team, let's be quite frank right here. Austin Park punches it through the hole. Speed of Akers gets him all the way in from second. What a way to just come back and take the lead.
There's Declan Spooner, bunts this one to the left of the mound. Dodson with a throw on the run. In time for out number 1, but Spooner does his job, moves Park up to second. And Dahl bobbled that ball in left field when Akers was rounding third, or was already about a third of the way home, so there's no way he would have gotten Akers with that speed. I mean, he was following right behind Pearson. Here's a Luke Hughes, the first baseman, takes a first pitch strike. So the Miners being no hit through 7, able to plate 2 on 2 hits and an error here in the 8th. Big swing and a miss from Hughes.
Hughes has been put in an interesting spot. Only his second game with the team. He's hit third in the lineup yesterday and now today. Wonder when he gets that moment where he comes through. Like the momentum the Miners have, though. Don't want to deaden it with the second out here.
Called strike 3 right down the middle, and Hughes is set down on 3 pitches. And there's 2 away.
It's a pretty solid bounce back for White, though, on the bump.
Right fielder, number 9, Jackson Babcock.
Here's Jackson Babcock. 0 for 3. Does have a deep fly out that just barely didn't get out of here. Hit it up against the wall in left field. Dahl made a nice catch. He's got Park on second, extra insurance. Now with a fresh lead. It's 1-0. Babcock, 7 RBIs. Second on the team behind Blind with 8. Takes the first pitch strike. Austin Park with that go-ahead single picked up his first RBIs in league play.
It's hard for you to do that as a leadoff guy. That's for sure.
That one roped to right center. Kunis giving chase on the run, making the catch in stride. Over the shoulder to his right. What a play out there in right field to keep it 2-1. But the Miners take the lead off the bat of Austin Park, a 2 RBI single to left field. We've got a brand new ball game as we head to the bottom of the 8th. Let's take a look at the ABL standings. The Chinooks right now 10-6, and the Oilers 11-7, leading the way. The Miners in third, just one game behind them. They've played the least amount of games in the ABL. They're 7-5, and the Bucks 8-8, and the Pilots have lost 8 in a row. They're 3-13. It's been a tough season going so far, and the other game going on in the ABL, the Anchorage Bucks at the Chugiak Eagle River Chinooks. The Bucks right now up 6-2 in the 7th. As the first pitch from the new pitcher, Auden Pankinen, for the Miners, coming in, possibly looking for a 2-inning save up 2-1. And it's 1-1 to the shortstop, Henry Verhamy. Verhamy's 0 for 2 with a walk. Struck out last time against Cooper Grace, so he's the first guy to face the two guys out of the bullpen for the Miners. It's 2-1. There's strike number 2. That sinker right there can get up to 95.
I like the idea of going to Pankinen an inning earlier, right? Grace already threw 3 innings. He did his job. Came in an inning earlier than expected. It was almost set up perfectly for the Miners. You know, when you lose Aloisio an inning earlier than you expect, I mean, it literally would have been 5-3 and then Pankinen for 1 inning, then close it out. Would have worked to perfection, but giving him a chance to fill up the zone here with the lead. Bring him in right now, see how he does. Because, you know, last time out for him, he got yanked early against the Oilers last Friday. He's having trouble filling up the zone.
So Verhamy fouls off that 3-2. So we'll do it again. And Pankinen goes to the rosin bag behind the rubber. Verhamy wants to reach. He is the tying run. Payoff. Fouled off right side again.
That foul ball brought to you by the insurance.
So back-to-back sinkers from Pankinen there, 3-2, and Verhamy just gets enough of it. He was behind him. Pilots scored their only run back in the first, and Spooner, after a long pause from Pankinen, is going to go and talk to him.
Thinking about yesterday and now today, Miners were in the driver's seat last night, and then, you know, the Pilots, they responded. They made it a tie ball game, and then boom, Matsu, where it feels like all the momentum has been just sucked out of you. Boom, you answer right there. They did it last night on, you know, somewhat lucky walk-off balk, but then they also do it today. Get a no-hit through 7. You come in top of the 8th. pinch hitter provides a spark with the base hit, and boom, you take the lead. I mean, what a response from this team. They've yet to give up.
Wave and a miss from Verhamy. And Pankinen wins the long fight. One batter, 1K for the guy out of Nebraska.
If he's able to just let it run and fill up the zone, he's going to get good results.
That's a message from Terwilliger to a lot of these guys is you have good movement. Just throw it down the middle, let it run. At least in this league, the 2-0, or 1-0 is now 2-0 to Cooper Kunis, who's 1 for 2.
See,
3-0.
no reason for Pankinen not to just fill up the zone and attack right here.
Defensively for the Miners, Diesel Toth, who we were saying had the day off. Well, he's out there at third after Pearson pinch hit for Cash Millar. Did his job. 3-0 just misses, so a one-out walk for Cooper Kunis. He's on for the third time tonight. So Pearson comes out the game.
Sometimes it's just a dude's day. It's been Kunis's. He's going to find a way on.
The center fielder from New Mexico, number 7, Antonio Gianni.
Here's the center fielder. He's the go-ahead run, tying run on first. Kunis had himself a day last night, too. He's been picking it up here at the beginning of July. Had 3 hits and 3 RBIs last night. The first pitch strike following the 4-pitch walk to Gianni. He was 0 for 3. Fly out, ground out, and a 6-4-3 double play. Back in the 5th. There's a high chopper first, right side, gonna get over the head of Hughes into right field. Kunis going first to third, throw from Babcock, not in time. Now Toth over to second, not in time. Gianni able to take an extra 90 feet on the throw. And a big single there from Gianni. He's the go-ahead run.
That's unfortunate. That ball maybe slightly misplayed on the right side defensively by Matsu, and then Babcock just comes up gunning. I don't know that he totally had a play regardless of the strength of his arm going towards third. And it just gives him another free 90.
Here's the first baseman, Drew Johnson. Infield now in for the Miners. Tying run on third. Go-ahead run on second. 1 away. And Spooner's going to talk to Pankinen again.
That's why you come up, play summer ball. If you're Pankinen, you come from moments like this where, it's a tight ball game, 2-1. You got a 1-run lead. You don't want to let anybody score, right? So you find yourself in a tough situation like this, that run 90 feet away. Go ahead and score in position. This is where you get better right here and dig deep and find your best stuff.
Johnson swinging first pitch, rips it into right field. That'll give the Pilots the lead. Kunis scores, Gianni scores. Throw to second is in time, but Drew Johnson does his job. It's now 3-2.
At some point in time, you expected the Pilots to win a ball game, right? They have yet to do it. They have not closed it out yet. We know that, but, man, a team that is sitting in dead last, haven't won in 2 weeks. They're looking for a way to win. They're desperate right now.
So what an 8th inning after the first 7. Just 1 run. Now 4 here in the 8th, 2 apiece. And yeah, the Pilots coming into today had lost 8 league games in a row. They won that exhibition game against the Miners, but 8 straight league games. Here's Braden Horn. First pitch misses outside. And so really back-to-back rough appearances for Pankinen. And 2-0.
For a dude with stuff like Pankinen, it's kind of surprising. You would think he would come in here late in ball games and fill it up, kind of run the show against teams and just walk through lineups.
Shot foul.
That foul ball brought to you by the Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Alaska.
So Horn's going to talk with his hitting coach now on a 2-1 count. Horn's 1 for 3, doubled back in the first, since then a strikeout and a ground out. So now Pankinen's job is just to hold him at 3 here, give his offense his best chance in the top of the 9th.
Now you wonder, will the Pilots be able to hold on? Almost came away with it last night. Almost stormed back. They've stormed back today.
There's a strike, 2-2.
For Pankinen now with the bases empty and with 2 outs, you do really want to fill up the zone and not worry about what one swing and the type of damage it could do. You just don't want a free pass.
2-2 fought off from Horn there.
That foul ball brought to you by Hallquist Homes.
Inning started off with a strikeout from Pankinen, but then a walk, single, got runners into second and third, and Drew Johnson a single in the right field over the head of Hughes over at first. Full count to Horn, giving the Pilots the lead. Took it right back after the Miners got it in the top half. 3-2. Just misses low. A 2-out walk for Horn.
And make that 4 straight Pilots that have reached after the leadoff strikeout here in the inning.
For all your deck and piling needs. Now batting for the Pilots.
You don't know where it slips out of Pankinen's hand and he loses grip on it. I mean, the game and the baseball.
Here's the left fielder, Jake Dahl. Looking to extend the inning, get some extra insurance for the Pilots. First pitch swinging over to second. Godfrey's there in time to retire the side, but the Pilots retake the lead. Miners will have to fight back and play at least one within the next 3 outs. New pitcher for the Pilots in the 9th, looking for the Pilots' first save on the season, number 33, Mason Tymick, 6'3" right-hander, weighs 185 pounds, a freshman from Cal State Long Beach, Jackson Baker's former teammate, now that he's going to Oregon State from Torrance, California. And he's a submarine guy. Here's Will Millard to lead things off in the ninth. First pitch swinging, chopper left side, gets through to the hole into left field. Leadoff knock for Will Millard. That's huge. He's the tying run.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 29, Kaden Bessent.
And now here's Canyon Millard.
And on a day like today where Millard has gone 0 for 3, he's had a rough going. Good to see him see bat on ball, see it through the hole there.
I think they're going to pinch run for Millard here. Yep. There's
No
another
off
guy
days.
we thought had an off day. Matthew Blind will come into run
Now
for
entering the
Millard.
ballgame as a pinch runner at first base, number
No off
13,
days today.
Blind.
Does lead the ABL along with Austin Park in stolen bags at 7. I'm sure the Pilots know that. First pitch to Millar on the outer third for a strike. He has the home plate up if that's as far as he's going to go. Millar has been hitting the ball hard, 2 hard ground outs and a hit by pitch. 0-1, Blind takes off. That ball fouled off left side. So it's 0-2.
Trying to execute that hit and run right there, and so close. I mean, the amount of times that Miners have gone hit and run this year, and it hasn't executed because it's been fouled off, but hit hard. Yeah, I'd be rich if I had a nickel for every time that happened.
Corners in for the Pilots. Blind doesn't leave. 0-2. Chopper just foul on the first base line.
That foul ball brought to you by Catalyst Marine
If it stayed fair, would have
Engineering.
worked like a sac bunt. Assistant coach Jackson Jarvis over at third, and pitching coach Ben Terwilliger over at first. Blind takes off, 0-2, fought off left side.
That foul ball brought to you by
Good job from Millar
Sonoma
protecting the
Builder
plate.
Supply.
You just wish Blind could run freely here.
It's a good fight. I like the idea of the hit and run, though. There's a lot of green grass over in left field where Dahl is. He's very close to the wall, more than you would expect. So Canyon can go the other way.
Pickoff attempt over at first, Blind in standing.
See a lot of BP from Canyon lately. He has showcased that ability to go the other way. Just waiting to see it fall over into a baseball game here.
0-2 yet again, way outside. Will Godfrey awaits on deck. Diesel Toth in the hole. Matthew Blind on first. He's the go-ahead, or tying run, excuse me. 1-2 outside again. Millar leaves it.
Got to be smart with 2 strikes here. You do not want to put up a backwards K. Not in this spot. And Miners have hopefully learned from that mistake this year for the most part. Protect him with 2 strikes, especially in big spots.
Blind takes off. He got a good jump. Called strike 3. Throw down to second. Not in time. He's in standing. Good pitch from Tymick there. Backdoor slider. There's one away, but the tying run now in scoring position, and Matthew Blind's ABL leading 8 stolen bag.
Now batting the second baseman, number 4, Will Godfrey.
If you're going to go down looking on a pitch, I guess the backdoor slider is one of the tougher ones to not watch.
First pitch to Beef. That backdoor slider again. Painted from the righty.
Coming from that submarine slot, too, it's like this kid's playing blitz ball.
We know how hard that is. Long pause. 0-1. Outside. Everything outside from the righty to lefties.
Just working away.
Ryan Dodson, the third baseman, even with the bag over there, everyone else is back on the infield. Tymick checks second. Deals, misses inside. Good stop from Horn there. Tymick definitely missed his spot by a lot.
That one might have even cut across that inside corner too, from the way I saw it. But because he missed it so bad, not going to get rewarded with the call or anything there.
This is outside, 3-1.
I just know inside the mind of Will Godfrey, he's thinking, I want to hit the ball so bad. I want an opportunity, but he knows to be smart and stay disciplined and not be thinking about himself and how he could be selfish and just try to go hit the ball. He knows to wait for a pitch to come to him.
That's his on-base streak at risk here. Fouls that one straight back. He's 0 for 3. He's reached safely in every single game. League game, that is. Has yet to do so tonight. It would be a good spot right here. First base is open. Tying run on second. Blind. He's got great speed. 3-2. Called strike 3. That backdoor slider again from Tymick. Back-to-back backwards Ks. And the Pilots are just 1 out away from picking up their 4th win, snapping this 8-game losing streak, and getting their first save.
Just can't let that happen back-to-back at-bats. At least you know that backdoor slider's working for him, and he's been placing it.
The right end, Diesel Toth's name. Looking to drive in his teammate at Cal Baptist to tie this game at 3. Takes that first pitch outside.
So certainly a plan of attack for Tymick, away to everybody.
In this spot, last inning, Pearson led off with a single. It's a fastball in the inner third for a strike. So Pearson pinch hit from Cash Millar at third, and then Toth came in defensively for Pearson. 1-1. Popped up, right side. Beyond first. Johnson in foul territory under it. And that's the ball game. Pilots snapped their 8-game losing streak and beat the Miners 3-2 at home. And moved to 4-13 on the season. The Miners dropped to 7-6. In a game that quickly flew by and got super exciting in the 8th. Both teams scored 2 runs. And the Pilots bounced back after losing to the Miners last night on the road. And that's it from Mulcahy Stadium.
Tough going to have to get back to work tomorrow against the Bucks back at home. And you want to win ball games, you got to hit the ball sooner than the 8th inning. And I'm sure they all know that. So really for the Miners, right, sitting at 7-6, you've just got to hope the bats get going at some point, because they could have a lot more wins than they do losses right now if the bats would just get going.
So Cody White gets the win for the Pilots. Auden Pankinen picks up the loss, and Mason Tymick picks up the save, the first on the season for the Glacier Pilots. So the final line, Miners 2 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors. And the Pilots 3 runs on 6 hits and 1 error from the Miners. Kaden, anything else you'd like to say?
See you tomorrow, 5:45, Herman Brothers Field. Tune in on YouTube, please.
looking into tomorrow, like Kaden just mentioned, the Miners will take on the Anchorage Bucks. And then they'll have an off day for the 4th of July and take on the Bucks again on the road here at Mulcahy Stadium. And then they'll play the Glacier Pilots again on the 6th. Once again here at Mulcahy Stadium, so back-to-back days, 5th and 6th in Anchorage. But from Ben Cameron and Kaden Bessent, we'll see you tomorrow.